I'm going to show you how to get your first 5 paying clients or customers, even if you don't have an audience and you're starting completely from scratch. Most people waste months trying to build an audience before they ever make a first dollar in business. I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs, experts, creators turn what they already know how to do into paying clients in weeks without any of that. And so in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5-step process so you can do it too. And if you want my exact roadmap on exactly what to do to get your first 5 clients, I wrote it down for you. Drop roadmap in the comments and I'll send it all to you. Let's get into step 1. Step 1 is what I call the ATM rule. What's the ATM rule? It is not about those cash machines that you're thinking about. It's about where your attention goes, because attention to the wrong things is what keeps you broke. And most beginners put all of their attention in the beginning on followers, likes, and views. Okay, we call this vanity metrics. It's literally what I did in the beginning when I first started in business. I posted every day, checked my likes, watched for my views to climb, and then I opened my bank account and I still hadn't made any money. And this is the dirty secret behind chasing views on social media, because likes and views don't pay the bills, customers do. And so in the beginning, I had to learn to shift my attention from followers to money. And that meant getting really clear on 2 things. 1, who is the person that I can help today? And number 2, what is the actual result that I can deliver for another person? So here's an example for me when I started out, because I was a registered dietitian. I help women with insulin resistance go from feeling stuck and frustrated with diets that don't work to finally losing weight and balancing their hormones so they can feel in control of their health again. Once I had clarity about who this woman was and what she was going through, everything started to change, because I stopped waiting for people to magically find me and magically give me views. And I went and I found them. I made myself findable to them. Where are they? I joined Facebook groups where women with PCOS were hanging out. I offered free workshops at gyms. I had real conversations with people already struggling with the exact problem I could solve. You know what happened? I signed my first client. Not because I had a huge following, not because I had this beautiful website, but because I followed the ATM rule, which is attention to money. It means focusing on finding buyers first and followers second. And so here's your homework for step 1. Find the problem that you know how to solve. That's also the problem people are willing to pay to fix. Now, once you've found those buyers, the next question is, okay, how do I make them actually trust me enough to pay me? Which is exactly what step 2 is all about. Step 2 is called the mirror test. What's the mirror test? Here's what I want you to think about. When your potential client or customer hears you talk about what you do you feel like they are looking in a mirror? Do they feel like they're looking in a mirror? Because no matter how many degrees, certifications, credentials, or experience you have doing this thing, if people can't see themselves in you, in your words, they won't be able to trust you. This is happening on an unconscious level. Most people make the mistake in the beginning of leading with their resume. They think, hey, if I look like the smartest person in the room, people will hire me. This is not how this actually works. In fact, I want you to think about it. When you meet someone new, you are not thinking, okay, what is their resume? You're unconsciously thinking, hey, do I relate to this person? Do they understand what I'm going through? Do they actually get me though? Because my thing's different. And the people that are the best at enrolling customers do this naturally. They're the best because they're able to quickly generate trust, because people automatically feel this person understands me. And I had to learn this the hard way in the beginning. When I was a dietitian trying to figure this all out, I did not understand this. In the beginning, I leaned on being a registered dietitian. So I cited research and my training, and I used professional jargon. I'm sure I sounded really smart to a lot of them, but it didn't get me paying clients. Why? Because my ideal clients didn't want the lecture. They wanted someone who could describe exactly what it felt like to try everything and still feel stuck. So here's another reason why sounding smart actually repels customers, because you are making your solution sound really hard and really out of reach for them. Unconsciously, they're thinking they won't have success with your thing because they don't understand it enough. And the moment that I dropped all of the jargon and started using their words, frustration, cravings, weight that won't budge, hormones are out of control, the way that people responded to me changed. People started saying, this is exactly what I'm going through. Can you help me with this? This is your action step. For step 2, I want you to go back and read through your DMs, emails, or past client messages and highlight the exact words they use to describe their struggle with you. Use those words with your content. Rewrite your bio or headline so it clearly says who you help, and what problem that you solve. And then lead with their language, not your jargon. Make sure the jargon is completely cut out. Now, here's the other problem. Authority doesn't matter if no one ever talks to you. This is where so many business owners get completely stalled out, because step 3 is all about having conversations that actually convert to customers. And so I call this the coffee shop strategy. What's the coffee shop strategy? The coffee shop strategy is sitting down and having a person-to-person conversation. If you can't sit down with 20 people and have a simple conversation about their problem, you don't have a business yet. And most new entrepreneurs completely overcomplicate this part. They think they need a funnel or a website or a big email list so that they can sell anything. But in the beginning, none of that pays you. And so if you want to get paid right now with customers and clients, what pays you is talking to real humans. When I started my business, I wasted months on content, websites, email opt-ins, all of the setup behind the scenes, and none of it made me any money. Please hear me now. What finally got me paying clients were conversations with real people who are having real, relevant problems. That's it. So here's where the coffee shop strategy actually works. When someone feels truly listened to, they start leaning in. There's this law of reciprocity that happens. And when they say their struggle out loud to you in a conversation, it takes it from unconscious to conscious. It's real for them, and they become more motivated to solve it. And then when you repeat their words back to them, it's holding up that mirror that causes them to think, wow, this person really gets me. And so here's the key. You don't need thousands of conversations. Start with 20. Stack 20 conversations with real people, and you'll have proof, feedback, and often your first clients. And so here's your next action step. Make a list of 20 people who fit your audience. This could be friends of friends, people in Facebook groups, people in your community, and reach out and ask about their biggest struggle, and then listen and write their words down. These are going to become your messaging that you use later. And lastly, if it fits and it makes sense, invite them to work with you. This is the coffee shop strategy. And by the way, if you want a detailed step-by-step of these 5 steps I'm walking you through, put roadmap in the comments and I'll send you the entire thing. Now, that's the coffee shop strategy. It's simple, human, and it's effective, but you might be wondering, okay, well, how do I actually turn these conversations I'm happening into paying clients? How do I do that? This is what step 4 is all about. Because step 4 is really about something I call the Netflix model. And in the Netflix model, we actually get the yes before we've built the solution. This is where most people get stuck in the beginning. In fact, think about how Netflix works. You pay for something, you pay for the season before it is even finished. And then the show gets released and you're watching it week by week, you're watching it come out, but they've already sold you on the promise. You already know these new shows are going to be constantly coming out. And so you've signed up for Netflix before you have all of the shows you're going to get. I want you to think about that concept as it relates to your offers. You haven't even come out with everything that you're going to come out with. You haven't dropped it all, but you've sold them on the promise of what they're going to be getting. This is where most coaches and entrepreneurs do it backwards. They disappear for months and they build out everything they're going to get, the entire Netflix, all it's going to be from A to Z. I'm talking modules, slides, PDFs. They get it completely finished before anyone ever pays them. And then when they finally do launch, no one buys. It's not only discouraging, it is a massive waste of your time. And so I want this to be encouragement to you. If you've wasted time on this, there is a better way. Because I did this the wrong way in the beginning. I spent 6 months of my life building out an entire course, trying to make it perfect, getting the product completely right, worrying about things that don't matter in the grand scheme, like how the video looks and how professional you sound and the slides, and trying to make everything beautiful. None of that matters in the beginning. I even hired an expensive photographer to help me get these perfectly branded photos. What happened when I actually launched it? Nobody bought my offer. And I remember feeling so frustrated and embarrassed about this massive fail. I spent all this time and money and energy, and it was a total flop. And so the next time, I completely flipped how I did it. I pre-sold the promise, and I created an outline for the process, and I didn't have the whole thing done. I didn't have every course I was going to put on my Netflix, but I had the promise of what it was going to be. And I got clients up front who said yes to that. And then I delivered it to them each week, 1 week at a time. And so I only had to create 1 week's worth of content at a time. It actually came out so much better than that original course I wasted 6 months on, because I had people there who were giving me feedback on what they wanted each week. and it made the program so much better in the long term because they gave me all that direction. I'm talking about 10xing the value of what you create for people. So please don't sit there building out your product for weeks and months on end before actually getting paying customers in the door. Sell the promise first, then build as you go. It's way faster, and honestly, it's way less painful for you. And so here's how you can apply it today. Write one clear transformation statement. I help person go from struggle to desired outcome. Then outline 4 to 6 milestones your client would go through to get there quickly. This is the skeleton outline. Now you can sell it. Sell it as a live process that you're delivering to them each week as you go. This is what I mean by the Netflix model. It saves you months of wasted time where you're not making any money, and it gives you proof of concept quickly. Now, here's the thing. Even if you decide you're not going to waste months creating the program and you want to pre-sell it, none of that actually happens unless you actually invite people to work with you, which is what step 5 is all about. Step 5 is about making offers. So I call this having the open tab rule. What's the open tab rule? Think about your computer with 20 open tabs and none of them are closed and all of them are draining your energy. This is exactly what happens in business when you start having conversations with people, but you never close the loop on the conversation by making them an offer. So you leave all of these opportunities unfinished. It's like having a lot of open tabs on your computer. This is where so many entrepreneurs stall out because they start to talk to people who are really interested in help, but then when it comes time to invite someone to work with them, they freeze. So here's the reality. You cannot have a business if you don't make offers. Most people don't make enough offers in the beginning. This was me in the beginning. I'd have these amazing conversations with people and they'd tell me all about their struggles and they were basically saying, please help me. But instead of inviting them to work with me, I'd say, well, good luck and I hope my information I gave you was helpful. And then one day I remember someone said to me, wait a minute, don't you coach people on this? Like, because I would have paid you, but you never made me an offer. And that was a reality check for me, because I realized I was missing out on so much opportunity by avoiding that step. And so from then on, I made a conscious decision to make sure every conversation ends with an offer. Whether it's a free offer, like, hey, let's hop on a consultation and let me give you some direction, or a paid offer. Hey, this is your problem. Here's how I can help. You want some help? Make more offers. I truly think the number one reason people don't make offers is because they're afraid of being pushy. Making offers is not pushy. It's actually the most generous thing that you can do if you actually have something good for someone. Because people can't say yes to you and getting help with you if you never give them that chance. So here's how you can apply the open tab rule right away. Start with a free or a low stakes offer, or just practice. Examples. I'm opening up 3 free spots to test a new program. Who wants in? Or transition into, I'm taking 3 founding clients at a special rate and I'm refining the program. Anyone want to join at the founding rate? Just keep closing tabs. Make more offers. Every real conversation should end with an offer, whether it's free or paid. And if you want me to walk you through this in a super simple step-by-step instructions roadmap, just comment roadmap and I'll send you all of the step-by-steps for these 5 steps we're going through. Now, if you've gotten the 5 steps to land your first 5 clients, here's the catch. None of it matters if you miss this one piece. In fact, you'll never actually be able to sell anything until you fix this, which is what I break down in this next video. So Glow Quick Clear, go watch it. I'll see you over there. Bye-bye.